The medium iced hazelnut with cream.
The topic of today's vlog is focus. More to the point, how do you maintain your focus when you have a bunch of drastically different events to do in a short amount of time? So if you've been following the vlog, you'll know that last night I did a big stage corporate after dinner magic show. But this morning I'm driving a couple hours up to Massachusetts to give 2 youth motivational speeches for a 7th grade leadership conference. Tomorrow morning I'm on an early flight out to Detroit to do a huge stage comedy magic show for a family weekend on a college campus. How do you maintain focus and how do you maintain quality when you're doing that many different things? I'll be the first to admit it's not easy. It's much easier to do 3 or 4 weeks in a row of the same type of show or the same show. Like back in August when you were following this channel, all the vlogs you saw for a month were just college shows, right? College comedy magic shows. When you do that, you get into a rhythm. You really nail the show, you get your energy in the right place. But now it's early November, and this is a transition month because college shows are winding down. I've got the one this weekend, although it's a family show. It's on a college campus, but it's not a college show. And then I just have one more real college show next week. No more college shows until January, the start of the next semester. And as the college shows wind down, corporate events pick up for the season as we get closer to the December and January holiday event season. I also find that a lot of motivational speaking picks up in November, December. This month is a mix of corporate magic shows, college comedy magic, youth motivational speeches. I've got some college motivational speeches. I've got some corporate keynote. First and foremost, all of those different things are completely different shows or different presentations that are all memorized up here. My preparation for this weekend was insane. I started 2 weeks ago getting prepared for these 3 days. I guess what I'm trying to say in this 9-minute monologue that I'm somehow going to have to cut down to like a minute or a minute and a half when you're doing this many different things in this short a period of time, the key is preparation. Just arrived. Luckily, since I was here last year and it was a pretty unique looking campus, I did remember exactly where to go. Even though this is a 7th grade leadership conference, it's held at a local community college up here in Massachusetts. But isn't it nice when it works in the first try? That's going to be an advantage. Yeah, I think that having 2 groups of 30 or something like that. Last year we had about, 101 shot. And this back half of the room So a few changes from last year. Last year we did just one speech that spanned this entire room, had about 100 7th graders. And being on the same level as them, with the room going really, really long all the way back, it was tough to keep the interest of the kids towards the back of the room. I actually spent a lot of time walking all the way out back there and like interacting with people halfway back in the crowd while I was talking. But this year there's less students overall. There's only about 60 students in the program this year, and they split it up into 2 speeches, so each one's only going to have about 30 kids, which I think for 7th grade is a real advantage because they already have a little bit of trouble focusing and things like that. So 30 kids, I feel like I can get a lot more interactive, a lot more personal with them. I can really make sure that they stay engaged and that they understand the concepts, and I can get feedback, and I can do more discussion-based stuff. So I'm looking forward to this. This is literally a green room. This is the room that they gave me to set up, change, water. Whole big tub of water here, which was very, very cool. I mean, that wasn't just done for me, but they have it here for me, which is great. I love that the floor of this room is actually green, even though this is clearly just a storage closet or whatever, but I feel at home in here. I feel like I may just stay in here. Although this is a little creepy. It was my suggestion to right away change the chairs set up here because all of these tables had chairs around them, right? They had chairs around them because this is also where they're going to be eating lunch. But I right away made sure that we moved the chairs into rows because chairs around round tables or square tables, they just encourage conversation. And again, 7th grade, age group that already has a little bit of trouble focusing. So hopefully this will be good. So the key to working for 7th grade or that kind of middle school age group is you have to keep them engaged and you have to keep them focused on something, and that means you actually have to change topics fairly quickly. You need to have a lot more entertainment value in a middle school motivational speech than you do in a high school or a college or of course a corporate keynote. What was that?
The cup song. The cup song.
That's the cup song. It's an old song. Am I just so old that I don't know old songs anymore? Craziness. Crazy. High five.
Guys, listen up for one quick second. So, for lunch.
Alright, so first presentation down. Great group. Really, really terrific group. Alright, getting ready for the second group.
Hey, what's up?
You guys have a good time today?
Yeah.
Alright, right, hang on, ready? 3, 2, 1. Great responses from both groups. So I'm happy with that. I'm so out of breath. "75 degrees in New England in November." I know I keep going on about the weather, but it's insane. So yeah, the 2 speeches this morning, that was just the first part of my day. I have, boy oh boy is this guy going fast. Right now, I'm heading as quickly as I can without being unsafe. That was for my wife. That was for Lindsay, in case you're ever watching this. I'm being safe. I need more coffee, but I don't have time to stop. I'm heading back into Connecticut to go to the Connecticut Convention Center because this weekend is NACA Northeast. NACA is the National Association for Campus Activities, and you've seen me at these conventions a bunch of times before. You know that they're the lifeblood of performers who do college campus shows because it's my home region, which means lots of students from lots of schools that I've performed in many times throughout this part of the country will be walking around. So it's good for me to just hang out in the booth with my agents. If in the moment that they're thinking of who they want to book and they see me in that same brain space, it's easy to go, "Oh yeah, remember Brian? That was a great show. He was easy to work with. Let's grab him again." Took a little longer than expected. Got turned around once I got into Hartford because of all the traffic, but luckily I know my way around this convention center very well.
Can somebody save me? Save me. I never know which way I'm supposed to go. All I do is stare out my window. I feel just like a ghost that you walk right through. I feel like a shadow. I just wanna know.
That was amazing.
I just wanna know. Am I insane? Insane. I never know which way I'm supposed to go.
It's actually been 4 hours since I just saw you last, and a lot has happened. We wrapped up the booth session, which was good. Then I went out to dinner with a fellow Connecticut-based magician, good friend of mine, David Garrity. That was awesome, great catching up with him. If you live in the New England area, you may know him as the Six Flags magician. David's a great guy, and it's always fun catching up with fellow performers, especially guys that I really admire like David. Then I drove 45 minutes home, packed everything for tomorrow morning to fly out to Detroit. Saw Lindsay for half an hour, watched one episode of Parks and Rec with her, got a little bit of time with the wife, very little bit of time. Thanks, sweetie, for being so understanding on weekends like this. Then I turned around, drove 45 minutes back to the convention center where I'm walking back in to do 1 more hour in the booth, then 45 minutes back home, quick shower, go to sleep, get up, and fly to Detroit. I'm gonna sign off right now. Thanks so much for hanging with me today. Tune in on the next vlog, either tomorrow or the day after that, for the 3rd and final installment in this vlog trifecta. 3 states, 4 events, 3 days. I'm tired. Have a good night.